call it. If you don't look happy, smiley, shiny shit, switch off now. I'm serious, just switch it off, because what you're going to hear is the biggest torrent of bile and depression you've ever heard in your life. It's not been an easy week. In fact, it ain't been an easy couple of weeks, or month, or last month, and part of the month before that. I'll tell you why, and it comes down to probably the stupidest decision I've ever made. This short. See, on paper, it all looks so rosy and easy. You know, I had timetables wrote out and everything. And originally I wasn't going to do it. And one person, you know, I said, well, look, the only trouble is, I said I made this years ago, but I'm crap at rigging a skin. It takes me an age, right? It takes me weeks to do a model, right? So that it deforms correctly. I'm absolutely shit at it. It's the one thing I need to study, okay? And learn very properly. And it's the one that after this I will be doing. Because why? Well, I made sure that when I said, okay, if you're prepared to rig X amount of characters that I'll use for this, I'll do it, okay? So, get started. You know, of course, after the first month, there was lots of stuff on the drive and all that. Starts again, things are looking good. And this guy is, sorry, you can't do anymore, I'm now working. It's like me up shit creek without a paddle, because none of the characters are rigged. I thought, well, I had to do one myself, which took me 2 weeks to rig a single fucking character, and to be honest, it still looks bad, you know what I mean? I fixed some of that, but initially it just looked terrible. Then they initially popped back. I'd already rigged, you know, the big, if you've seen the teaser shots, there's like a dragon in it, right? I like that much away. And I'd already rigged it with a nice muscle rig on top of the cat skeleton, and it wasn't 100% there, but you know, it wasn't far away, and it would only take us another day or two to sort it out. Then he comes in and says, oh, all right, I'll have a look at it. And with the best will in the world, he did a great job on it. Unfortunately, he also unparented the cat parent. So, I now need this to fly along a spline, right? Imagine it's flying down this fucking road and up into the mountains, around the trees and back around, right? Nice big spline. If you go and animate along a path in Max, it'll automatically bank on the turns, and it saves you a shitload of work, right? And a load of time. That was the idea. Can't do that now. It's all going to be keyframed by hand. Have you ever tried to animate a flying object with wings, like a bird or something, right? Keyframe with no path, so that it looks natural. You know, it's not good. So there's another character that I rigged myself, and to be honest, I did a pretty good job on it. You know, it probably took less time than everything else, but it's a special sort of character, so that made it easier as well. You know, I'm not trying to hype this when I honestly say it, I have no clue whether I can actually finish this to the quality I initially wanted for this. It's got me at my wit's end. I've done now, what is it, a month and a half or something, and I'm not getting to bed till 3:30, 4 in the morning. Not getting to sleep for an hour, up at 7. I've done this for over a month. And I now feel like jumping off that fucking bridge. That's not me being melodramatic, it's just fuck man, this is too much. And why am I doing it? I'm doing it for nothing. I'm doing it simply to see if it can be done. The answer to that question is yes, it can be done. You can make a short of good quality that looks like something at Hollywood for 25 quid. You wouldn't want to do it alone. You do need at least 1 or 2 other people that are prepared to put in as much time as you are. Now I'm putting in every fucking hour in the world on this. And what annoyed me was when people come in, they do a little bit, then just before something hits the hard bit, they say, oh sorry, I'm busy at work now, I've got to go now, I can't do anymore, which leads you to do stuff, right? You know, like I've just had to UV an absolute nightmare of an object that's taken me 3 nights to do. There's that many bloody parts on it. And it'll only be seen for a few seconds. And that's eating time away. Then I had the problem of a rig that I'd actually done the rig, but somebody else, did the skin. Something had happened that when I tried to take it in the motion builder, because some of the characters obviously using mocap, because I've got time to keyframe a shed load of fitting characters. It somehow mixed all the names of the bones up, along with another skeleton. And actually, there's a lad on Twitter, Brad Clark, and he says, well, look, I'll have a look at it. I'm doing that tonight, and he actually sorted it out. So definite props to Brad, but I am really getting to the point where my stress levels are about 6 miles that way. In fact, they're up there with the space shuttle at the moment, right? That's where my stress levels are. Because there's not just this on my plate. I'll tell you why this is probably the stupidest thing I've ever done. Outside of the technical shit, right? First of all, what I hadn't taken into account was I would hit not 1 but 2 school holidays of my son, right? Giving him a total of 3 weeks off during this, right? He was also off ill for a week. Then 3 weeks later, 4 another 5 days. When Kane's off, I can't get a lot of shit done, right? Especially not when he's ill, because you go into daddy mode, right? I'm trying to shield this from the bloody wind. I go into daddy mode and I go protective, and I can't concentrate on what I'm doing, right? That was really, really stupid. The fact that I started doing this with a budget of 25 quid. Why 25 quid? Because that's all I had in the fucking world. I stand before you now without a penny in the fucking world, right? What I have literally is like last time, what's in my pocket. We'll have a look. This is exactly what I have. What have I got there? There's 90 pence. That includes the banks, PayPals, everything else. 90 pence in the fucking world. I have net for 2 days. The depression is going off the fucking scale with this, because it's so disappointing that I know this is possible, right? I know this can be done, and I know I can prove a lot of people who say this shit can't be done on a single machine. I can prove these fuckers wrong, right? Not just to prove them, but just say, look, this is possible, you can do this. You know, think outside the fucking box for once in your lives. You know, yeah, I know it's scary, it's not what you do every day, but sometimes you've got to push the limits a little bit further, which is what I always try to do. And that's probably why I get so much shit from certain quarters, because I always push the limit, push as far as I can, try and find the edge and then step over it. A lot of people aren't prepared to do that. Now, I don't deserve a medal for basically starving myself, not having enough sleep, and tackling something which is on paper now impossible. I need shooting in the head for that, you know, because I'm thinking, well, if it had been any other time of the year, I could have done this easily, you know, but again, it's down to cooperation and the fact that I'm shitted rigging. Let's be fair, that's the biggest one. Same with the person who was supposed to help me with the environments. As soon as they saw the scope of what was involved, well, they actually showed them in advance, backed out. So the original idea was, you know, Rob Angle did a lot of the skinning, another guy would do some of the sort of background characters and shit, another guy was going to do a lot of the environments, I was going to do all the map paintings, all the like shot tracking, everything else, basically. If it wasn't that, I was doing it, right? If also was involved in an app that they didn't have, I would do it. What I wasn't supposed to be doing was all the rigging, all the skinning, all the environment modelling, all the creature and flaming people modelling, all the comping, everything. You know, that's just fucking insanity. And the fact that now, apart from the initial shot of some sort of plates and stuff for the characters to go in, I haven't rendered the fucking thing out that's useful lately, because there's been that much problems. I've also had the fact that I'm juggling a lot of apps, including a lot that I don't normally use, which means you've actually fucking learned them, you know what I mean? So it's been a pain in the fucking arse of biblical proportions, because I'm coming across bugs that people don't normally come across. I did a test because there's one scene I wanted to put more polygons in a single scene, raw polygons, not displacement, right? Raw polygons than ever been done before, to my knowledge. And the test I did was 676 million in a single viewport in 3D Max. Hit render, and you know, render it fast, which is what I did, right? Loads of God, give you trying to look nice. Took about 10 minutes a frame, because I'm using something that you haven't got, neither is Autodesk or any bugger else, because it's mine. I've wrote about 4 or 5 different applications or plugins or scripts, all sorts of shit I've wrote for this, none of which you'll ever see, because they're mine. I'm not going to tell you what to do, I'm not going to give them a name, I'm just going to use them. Some of the stuff won't be obvious, because it replicates applications or things that are already out there. But I can't afford them, so I'm going to write my own, right? Another reason why not to start. There's also the fact that, why would I given you my weapon of choice, right? Because when I finish this, I'm only flat broke. That's it, no more money. Done, the end. PCs blow up, I'm fucked, right? Simple as that. Now, you might be saying, well, how are you feeding the family? I'll tell you how I'm feeding the family. I'm not, my parents are. They've been bankrolling us, you know, to quite a hefty tune over the last few weeks. And of course, that well does run dry eventually. Why? Because they believe in me. They believe I can do it. That pisses me off more than anything else. Of gods and men will be ready, it's for end user. Will I go back and probably tweak it before anybody else sees it? It's a bloody good chance I will. I wouldn't attempt this again on this budget, or without some very serious fucking commitments. Because it's already saying, well, sorry, I'm starving now, I'm going to go and work. Well, great, son, but that doesn't stop me fucking from starving, you know what I mean? And I am on the verge of falling out with a number of people over this. But again, it's the old thing that this is my baby, right? But I'll go on a part two, because I'm overrunning anyway, but I'll go to part two.